on to IT, which is the biggest casualty in today's trading session. Now, at the NASSCOM Leadership Summit, I had a chat with Keshav Murugesh, the Group CEO of WNS. Now, WNS is a global BPM, business process management company. And, you know, the conversation was surrounding how AI impacts the BPM industry. Perhaps, you know, inarguably one of the most impacted sectors would be BPM. So listen in to that conversation.
The disruption of the industry because of AI and generative AI is going to be so exciting that on the one hand, in the short term, it may create an impact on certain kinds of jobs. But in the longer term, it is going to create much more positive excitement because it is going to allow us to go after a much larger TAM or total addressable market of areas that customers have never outsourced, have felt that it is core to them, and that is where we will go after. So if you look at the BPM industry today, arguably we are 25 to 30% penetrated, and there's a 70% white space to go after. This technology, this transformation is going to allow us to go after that 70% over the next 1 or 2 decades.
So do you think the Indian BPM industry can grow in double digits from here on?
So if you look at WNS itself, you know, we announced Q3 results recently. We grew 3.2% on a constant currency basis, quarter on quarter. We have guided the market now to probably another, a growth in Q4 as well. And I've, openly said that I think that for next year, getting to high single-digit growth and thereafter to double-digit growth and beyond is very much par for the course for our company.
So today your revenues are about $1.2, $1.3 billion when we look at WNS Limited. Is it possible to say what percentage of it has been positively impacted because of, say, generative AI, the fact that you can now increase your productivity, bring down the cost, enhance the customer experience? Is it possible to put a number to that?
Absolutely, Reema. So if you look at, WNS itself, over the past few quarters, we've been talking a lot about POCs and getting customers comfortable with this technology. Look, AI is not new. It's been around since the 1950s. But the use of AI and neural network around generative AI models are very exciting and new because it allows us to access the large language models and information that, humans cannot process, very quickly, but these machines can. So from our point of view, the fact that, we are able to actually now convert some of those POCs that we were talking about to actual 33, real, AI or generative AI cases, of which 13 are already implemented with clients and 20 are on the verge of being implemented, showcases that clients now are very comfortable, implementing these models, which means a lot of the noise around, the biases and things like that are reducing. And at this point in time, for this year, approximately 5% of our revenue will be actually created by generative AI models.
Do you think the rise of GCCs is a threat to a company like WNS?
Not at all. I think you and I discussed this once before as well. But I think the very fact that, there is so much of interest in GCCs, first and foremost, again, reinforces and underlines the India model. The fact that, people, CEOs across the world are so comfortable.
But are they taking away work from you, which would have erstwhile come to you?
No. So I'll explain that. So first thing is, it is now resulting in expansion of market share, right? So I think, while GCCs have grown rapidly, the reality is, in terms of the overall outsourced work, it is still a very small percentage. And most companies follow a strategy of now having their own little captive, like a GCC, as well as third-party work, to people like us. And I think with generative AI, like I said, what's going to happen is our ability to go after that 70% TAM, or that addressable market, is now increasing dramatically. So it's wonderful for, the GCCs to now look at certain kinds of work to be done in-house by themselves and have the rest and innovation and IP-driven kind of changes to be driven by companies like WNS.
And just in the near term, say 1 to 2 years, what are the new white spaces that you can address to increase your TAM?
But for the long term, we actually think there is huge potential for us to grow across all our core businesses and particularly make certain bets in healthcare and all digitally oriented, verticals. So if you look at it, insurance is a very important business for us. We will expand it dramatically. Travel is very important for us and has scope to be transformed through generative AI. We're investing in that. But healthcare is the third area that we will invest in significantly.
Interesting conversation there. We'll get into a break. On the other side, we'll continue to put the spotlight on the market. The mid-cap index is down 1,400 points. Stay with us.